Hello dear students, today we will discuss the first chapter of the biology, that is the life processes. In biology, bio means life. So this chapter suggests there are various processes which are essential to sustain life. Such processes are said to be the life process. I am sure that any one of you can say any 5 differences between living and non-living which you have studied might be in 5th standard. So in this chapter we will discuss in detail the concepts of various processes like digestion, circulation, excretion, respiration, reproduction, etc. This module is going to be very beneficial for you because this unit contains 8 marks in the CBSE board examination. So here we will start the first life process in detail, that is circulatory system. You know what is circulation and what is the circulatory pathway means. Actually, in our body, the one thing that is circulating throughout from tip of toe to the brain is the blood. In our body, blood means a fluid connective tissue. Why it is named so? It is named so because it connects all the body parts. And I am sure you all are knowing why the color of blood is red. In human beings, the color of blood is red because of presence of a pigment in the blood that is called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is derived from 2 words. First is hemo and second is globin. Hemo means iron and globin means protein. And you have studied in class 9th that in our body protein is made by ribosomes. Therefore, if any patient who is suffering from anemia, that is the lack of hemoglobin, doctor suggests them to eat iron tablets because hemoglobin is made up of iron and protein. So hemo means iron and globin means protein. They combine together to form hemoglobin, which is the main acceptor of oxygen in the blood. Because of this red pigment, blood is considered as a red colored fluid in our body. The first question that I will ask to you, that is, how many liters of blood is there in your body? Can anybody say that? I am sure most of you know the answer. So an average adult contains 5.5 liters of blood. I know you all are knowing, sir, आपके body में तो इतना blood नहीं होगा, आपका तो वजन ज़्यादा है. But it is not like that. It is the concept of an average adult. If you want to know the average blood content in your body, then you can use one simple trick to get an approximate amount of blood in your body. That is, you can multiply your body weight to 1 upon 15. If you will multiply 1 upon 15 to your body weight, then you will get one number. It is the approx liter of blood in your body. Suppose that if an adult is of around 60 kg, so we can multiply 1 upon 15 into 60. We will get around 4 liters of blood in the body of an adult. So blood is a fluid connective tissue which connects almost all the body parts. In this module we have to discuss the complete mechanism of the heart, how this blood is pumped throughout our body. We will discuss this in detail. Now you will see how our heart works. Before knowing the working of heart, we have to discuss how blood gets transported in our body in the various blood vessels. So, in the lower classes, you have studied about arteries, veins and capillaries. We will start from that and we will move to the further all the details of our human heart, how heart is working, how our blood gets transported in our body. This we will see to it. Just see, this is the concept of blood vessel. There are 3 types of blood vessels found in our body. First is artery, second is vein, and third is capillaries. What is the difference between these 3? Arteries are the blood vessels which carries oxygenated blood, that is pure blood in our body. Veins carries deoxygenated blood, and capillaries are found in between arteries and vein. You have discussed this in the previous class. But in the 10th standard, you have to go through the concept that arteries, these are the blood vessels which are having very narrow lumen and they are very thick compared to veins. Why? Because arteries carries blood from the heart after pumping of the blood. Therefore, the blood pressure inside the arteries is very high because they carries blood from the heart. Vein returns blood to the heart, therefore the blood pressure inside the vein is low. This is the second difference. First difference is they carry oxygenated blood, they carries deoxygenated blood. Second difference is the pressure of blood in the arteries is high. Why? Because they carries blood from the heart. The blood pressure in the vein is low. Why? Because they carries blood towards the heart. And the next difference is, when doctor gives us any injection, they are saying this injection is intravenous. They will not say this injection is intra-artery. Why? Because veins are there in the upper surface of our skin. What is visible to you? That bluish colored blood vessel is your vein, because veins are found in the upper surface of the skin while arteries are present deep inside. This is the third difference. And there are some more differences between them. Arteries have thick wall compared to veins. Why? Because I told you that blood pressure is more in artery. Therefore, to sustain that pressure of blood, arteries are having thick wall, while veins are having thinner wall compared to arteries. And in our body, artery and veins, they combines together in some place. This is called capillaries. Capillaries are found in the junction of artery and vein. So, the most thinnest out of three is, I know you know the answer, that is capillaries. Capillaries are the thinnest blood vessels. Afterwards, vein, then the thickest one out of three is artery. So, in 1 mark in 2017, this is a question in the CBSE board. Which of the following is the exception towards the definition of the artery? So you should remember, all the arteries in our body carry oxygenated blood, what we have discussed. But there are two arteries in our body which carries deoxygenated blood as an exceptional example. One is the pulmonary artery and another is the renal artery. Wherever you will get the word pulmonary, it is always related to the lungs. Where you will get renal, it is always related to the kidney. Jahan bhi word aa jaye pulmonary, you should understand that word is related to our lungs. Wherever you will get the word renal, that is always related to our kidney. So, if the question will be like that, the pulmonary artery carries, so you should not confuse with oxygenated blood, because it is an exception towards the definition of artery. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood, while pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. So, these are the three different blood vessels present in our body. Now we will discuss about the functioning of heart, about what is the difference between the heart attack, cardiac arrest, heart failure, how bypass surgery takes place. Now we will discuss this in detail. So at first we will discuss how the blood circulation takes place in our body. हमारे body में blood circulation कैसे होता है? This we will discuss now. So let us see. First we will discuss about heart. Heart is a muscular organ. It is the main pumping organ of our body. But this heart is restless throughout the year and throughout our lifespan. Why? Because heart is made up of a special type of muscle that is called cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are the restless muscle. They are having ability of contraction and relaxation rhythmically. Now we will discuss the core concept of the working of heart. You can see a human heart is divided into 4 different chambers. The upper 2 chambers is called right atrium, left atrium. The lower 2 chambers is called right ventricle and left ventricle. The function of atrium is to collect the blood, while the function of ventricle is to pump the blood. This is the basic thing you should know before going to this module. Upper 2 chambers of heart is for collection of blood. Lower 2 chambers of heart is for pumping of the blood. So which chamber will have thicker membrane? Obviously the membrane which have to pump the blood, that membrane should be thicker. Therefore the ventricles are more thicker compared to the auricles. Why? Because ventricles have function to pump the blood. From the body, this is the human body, from the body, all the deoxygenated blood is received by renal artery. Why? Because this renal artery contains the deoxygenated blood and the function of atrium is to receive the blood. This deoxygenated blood will now go to right ventricle for pumping. Right ventricle pump this blood, this deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Why? Because we have understood the function of ventricle is to pump the blood. In the lungs, when we inhale the air, in lungs, deoxygenated blood will get converted into oxygenated blood. And this lungs will send the blood to the left atrium because the function of left atrium is to receive the blood. And again, this blood is now converted into oxygenated blood. Again, this blood is sent to the left ventricle. The function of ventricle is to pump the blood. This ventricle will pump the blood to the body. By this way, the heart beats 2 times. This is called double circulation. First time, right ventricle will pump the deoxygenated blood and send it to the lungs, where this lungs will convert deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood. And again, this blood is received by the left atrium because the function of atrium is to receive the blood. Again, this blood is went to the left ventricle. Left ventricle will pump the blood throughout the body. Therefore, we can say our heart beats twice. One thing is called systole. Systole means contraction. And second thing is called diastole. Diastole means relaxation. Therefore, we can say when we will listen our heartbeat with the stethoscope, then we will find the sound lub-dub. 2 consecutive sound of heart. Why? Because our heart beats consecutively 2 times. One for sending blood to the lungs and one for sending blood to the all parts of the body. So here I will ask you one question. You know what is the name of the instrument which is used to measure the blood pressure? And why the blood pressure is counted as the 2 units? डॉक्टर बोलेगा आपका ऊपर वाला ज़्यादा है, नीचे वाला कम है. Why it is like that? So blood pressure means what? Blood pressure means the pressure exerted by blood on the wall of atria. We have discussed no blood vessels like that. So the device which is used to measure blood pressure is called sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer. And this device measures 2 different types of blood. First is called systolic pressure, which is usually 120 mm of Hg, and second is called diastolic pressure, which is 80 mm of Hg. अब ये 2 यूनिट क्यों आई? Because when your heart contracts, the blood pressure will be more. When your heart relaxes, the pressure of blood will be less. So the systolic pressure is always greater than the diastolic pressure. So actually in the heart, what is the core concept? Core concept is, in your board examination, the question is how double circulation takes place in humans. This is of CBSE 2016-18, and this question is of 3 marks. How you will attempt this? I will not say you have to make the diagram of heart in this question. You can attempt this question by drawing a flow chart of all the 4 chambers and by explaining the concept of double circulation, as well as you have in the note you can write the concept of blood pressure. In the marking scheme of CBSE, the 3 marks will be allotted for 3 main concepts. So you can, first thing you can make the flow chart, second thing you can explain the terms what I said, and the third is your note. And when you will write answers like this, then you will get all the 3 marks. 1 mark for flow chart, 1 mark for presentation of the points, and 1 mark for systolic and diastolic pressure. This you will get surely. In NCERT, you will find some more questions regarding it. Thank you. We will meet in the next video.